Today we're gonna find out what the best mana value is for the white cards. We're gonna start from 0 and go as far as we can go. Now, there's not a lot to pick from at the 0 mana space. Alright, we started off with Resurgent Belief. It does not have a mana cost. It's a sorcery with Suspend 2 for a white and 1 generic. Return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty powerful. That's Replenish, right? That's on the reserve list. That is a... well, I'm not going to say it's a 0 mana Replenish. You got to cheat that thing in play for 0 mana. Otherwise, you're going to pay a 1 and what? You're going to pay a white and 1, suspend it for 2 turns, and then you're going to get your enchantments back. You're going to get your enchantments back. What else do we have at 0 mana? We got the Intervention Pact. Intervention Pact is white. The next time a sorcery of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. And you gain life equal to the damage prevented this way. And at the beginning of your next upkeep, pay a white 1 generic. And if you don't, you lose the game. That's insane. This is like, I don't know, almost like a mini fog that you gain some life. But you gotta pay that 3 mana. Oh, you're dead! It's all over. And then the last one. Abzo's got it right. Restore Balance. Suspend for a white and 6 generic. Each player chooses a number of land cards they control equal to the number of lands controlled by the player who controls the fewest. Then you guys sack the rest. Players sacrifice creatures and discard cards the same way. It's effectively balance. It's effectively balanced, but at suspend speed. But of course, people will cheat this card in play with the Cascade spells. All right, we got our... Normally, I would ask for candidates from you guys, but this is it. This is all we got. We got what we got. Restore Balance. So you're choosing the best card. We have Intervention Pact. And lastly, we have Resurgent Belief. This is a modern playable card. Does anyone even know this card exists? Maybe some enchantment players know. So you vote for your favorite, and then we're gonna start off with the, we're gonna go from to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and we see where we go. Unbanned Balance, you cowards! Balance is actually banned everywhere, isn't it? It's banned in Legacy, it's banned in Commander. No one likes Balance. No one likes Balance. People like unhinged, crazy Magic the Gathering. Nothing is ever balanced as things should. Everything's out of control and wacky until they need to ban things. Okay, so Omika's Restore Balance is fixed balance, and balance is banned everywhere. It's true. This is the one balance you can play with anywhere you want. Restore Balance. It's a real card. If you gotta cheat in play, alright? So if you want to play with some Cascade spells like Shardless Agent, I guess you're a Bant deck, you can't have anything with mana value 1 or 2 in between if you want your Restore Balance. And there's gonna be at least one oh no, there's not gonna be anything on the battlefield actually. The Cascade trigger happens first. Bring balance to the format. Bring balance to the force. So get your vote on. Okay, we got Restore Balance, huge winner. Okay, winner is Restore Balance. All right, next we're going to mana value 1. We need candidates. What is going to be our candidates at mana value 1? Maybe Swords to Plowshares? What do you guys think? We need... So Swords to Plowshares, probably the best 1 mana removal spell in the game. A single white instant. You exile the creature and it's gone. It's never coming back. Yeah, to the Shadow Realm you go, and at the low cost of your opponent gaining some life. Big deal. Gaining life equal to its power. Abzo suggests Ephemerate. Very good in the Blink decks. However, not very good outside of those decks, that's for sure. Lord Magicus actually says Angel's Grace. This is one of the best cards in a lot of combo decks. Split second. You can't lose the game this turn, and your opponents can't win the game this turn until a turn damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. Also an incredibly good counter to Thassa's Oracle. You want to play that Thassa's Oracle? Angel's Grace. It's over. Path to Exile? I don't think so. Oh, here's a pretty good one. Corn says Enlightened Tutor. Well, we can't do all of these, so I'm just going to have to make a good guess on what should be on there. Alphamus with Esper Sentinel. The new Rhystic Study. Rhystic Study for a single white mana. Ben is like, Mana Tithe. I don't think so. Now, I mean, okay, on the jank players tier list, this would be very, very high, but I don't think it's silence. Silence? I would also, this would be like the casual commander tier list. This would be tier 0. Oh, where's an actual silence card? There it is. Is this really that good? Okay, hold on. Do any competitive commander players play this card? I doubt it. Enlightened Tutor, finally, I caught up to your stream. Hello from the Philippines. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, Ree. My heart says Mana Tithe, but it is swords, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Okay, I think this is a pretty good candidate number of cards. Do you have Esper Sentinel in there? Okay, based on how many people have said certain specific cards, it looks like I will give... I mean, you'll give your what you think should be on the list, and then I'm going to make I'll make a poll out of it. So definitely Silence. Definitely Esper Sentinel. 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 Definitely Swords to Plowshares. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat, Robert. Doesn't really deserve to be on the list here, but Light of Hope is an underrated little uncommon. I give you hope. Light of Hope. For 1 white, you gain 4 life. You destroy target enchantment, or you put a counter on a creature. That's actually a lot of utility over there. What else do we have here? Hold on, we have Silence, Esper Sentinel. You guys like Oust? How many times do we see land tax here? Okay, hold on. Swords to Plowshares for sure. And I'm going to choose one more based on the prevalence of the chat. Looks like land tax. I think I see land tax a little bit too much. All right. Hold on. We didn't even look at that one. Land tax. Did we even look at the rest of these? Okay, vote away. So we got land tax, a white. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls more lands than you, may search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Esper Sentinel. 1 white for a 1/1. Opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn. I gotta remember that. It's only the first. I can play multiple spells in 1 turn after that. Draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. And we also have Silence. I looked at that one a second ago. Wild card, 1 white. Your opponents can't cast spells this turn. Apparently, CEDH playable. And then our lonely Swords to Plowshares. Probably the most versatile. Ultimately, most mana-efficient removal spell in all of Magic the Gathering. Swords to Plowshares is probably the best 1 CMC card ever. That's possible. Is it better than Soul Ring? I don't know. All right, we're going to end the poll. Swords to Plowshares. Congratulations, you're the best 1 CMC card. We're going up to 2. 2 CMC cards. I nominate Stoneforge Mystic. Even though I mentioned Stoneforge Mystic, you guys can suggest other cards. Okay, Stoneforge Mystic, 1 white, 1 generic for a 1/2. Enters the battlefield, tutors for equipment, and you can put that equipment directly onto the battlefield, whether it's Batterskull, Nettle Cyst, Cauldron Complete, Colossus Hammer, has been traditionally, any of the swords in Mizao's GT has traditionally been a very powerful card that a lot of decks are based around. A lot of you saying balance. Well, we just voted on Restore Balance, and now we're going to get the real balance for a white and 1 generic. It's going to bring balance to Magic the Gathering. Each player chooses a number of lands he or she controls equal to the number of lands controlled by the player who controls the fewest, then sacks the rest. You do the same for discarding cards and sacrificing creatures. All right, what else? We have, it's white cards, Tommy. It's white cards. What are you talking about? That's a blue card. Thalia. That's not a bad candidate at all. Thalia. Guardian of Thraben. White 1 generic. For a 2/1 first strike, non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Ultimate taxing card. Yeah, traditionally, it still sees play in Legacy. Still sees play in Legacy. I'm sure it sees play in all the stacks decks in EDH. What else do we've got? White Knight is very much not going to make the list. This is actually a really good candidate. Rest in peace. That's a neat candidate. White 1 generic. Enters the battlefield. Exile cards from all graveyards. If a card or token would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. You gotta imagine all the decks out there that utilize the graveyard, and Rest in Peace just wipes them all away. So, what else do we have? 2 Savannah. You crack me up, chat. Sometimes you crack me up. What do we got? Okay, so we got Balance, Rest in Peace, Thalia. Actually, you guys have no support for Stoneforge Mystic. We need one more candidate here. It seems like the third one is tough. The Abolisher. Oh, Grand Abolisher. That's not a bad one. What do you guys think? Grand Abolisher should be on this list? Should Blind Obedience be on the list? I'm seeing a lot of few people for Blind Obedience. White 2/2 creature. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. It's wild. Wild card. Wait, we have a second for Stoneforge Mystic. I seem to be in the minority here, though. That's for sure. Thou's Lieutenant. Stoneforge. We have a set. Okay, I think we have just enough for Stoneforge Mystic. Josh with Ether Swarm Canonist. Ooh. Ether Swarm. Do people remember the Ether Swarm Canonist? This is the white 1 generic 2/2. Each player who casts a non-artifact spell this turn can cast another non-artifact spell. Can't even fly. So okay, I think we got it. Our poll will be Balance. Will be what is it gonna be? Thalia. Guardian of Thraben. Next one will be I think Rest in Peace. And I think Stoneforge Mystic. It doesn't really matter. I think we all know who's going to win this one. All right, we got our poll. Vote away. Emperor Palpatine loves democracy. I'd say between Stoneforge Mystic and Balance. I think Balance is going to win this. I think Balance is going to crush this one. Balance brings balance to Balance. Ultimate Cube card, Ultimate Legacy, sorry, not Legacy card, Ultimate Vintage card. Legacy, yeah, Legacy. It's too powerful for Legacy. Apparently too powerful for Commander as well. Probably like outrageously powerful in Commander. To be fair, I don't even think this is a fair fight. It's just going to be Balance all the way. No limited resource for one man. Yeah, limited resource did not win this one. Balance finally getting respect. Hey, if it's on the ban list. It's on the ban list, Beanpot. It's on multiple ban lists. You want to see all the ban lists this thing's on? Can I move? Can I move? Look at all the ban lists this thing. It's banned in Oathbreaker, banned in Commander, restricted in Vintage. I mean, that's the ultimate respect when you barely can see play anywhere. In my opinion. Whoops, what have I done? All right, Balance. Congratulations. You are easily the winner. At 1 CMC. Oh, sorry, at 2 CMC. All right, now we go on to 3 CMC. This is when it starts to get complicated. We got Brimaz, King of... Okay, hold on. Before we... You get your candidates in there, people. King of Oreskos. It's a wild card. All right, before we get to our candidates, we got to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. My one-stop shop to buy all my Magic the Gathering cards. Just got my Legacy cards for... MagicCon Minneapolis. I'm going to be there. I hope you're going to be there. I'm going to be in the side events all day, all night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I need to get my Wastelands. I need to get Dazes. Apparently, I didn't own Dazes. If I need to buy anything, I go to FusionGamingOnline.com first. Deal of the week this week. Save 15% off all Innistrad block singles. If I needed Cavern of Souls, I would have got them, but I already own them. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. To find out the best deck for any format that you play, because I'm going to still be playing around and testing all sorts of cards in Legacy, and it's cheaper when I'm renting, because I'm trading cards constantly. I don't know if I need these cards. If I had to buy and sell, that would cost me a bundle, but instead you can use Mana Traders for a monthly subscription price and use an play test to your heart's content. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_U3V. And now back to Brimaz. Oops, where are we here? Remember, the candidates that are actually going to make it are going to be the ones that are that I see the most. Oh, that's a pretty good one. White Plume Adventurer. Do these cards see playing Commander out of curiosity? Like, is Adventure even like that powerful? It's really powerful in Legacy and Vintage. 1 white, 2 generic for a 3/3. Enters the battlefield. You take the initiative. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, untap a creature you control. If you've completed a dungeon, untap all creatures you control instead. And usually with the dungeon, so you go, what is it? I can't remember the dungeon you go through. But first you find a basic land, then you put counters on this thing to become a 5/5, then your opponent loses 5 life, and before you know it, they've lost their shirt. All right, we got Monastery Mentor as a very good candidate. Didn't they just reprint this? Yeah, this is the new one. They just reprinted this in Standard. That's wild. Vintage playable card. White 2 generic for a 2/2 with prowess. But whenever you cast a non-creature spell, remember, it's non-creature, so artifacts do trigger off this thing, unlike some things like Young Pyromancer. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. So you rattle off a bunch of spells, get a monk army, and then on the next turn, they're outrageously, stupidly enormous. Lorenzo with Ghostly Prison. That's a wild one. Creatures can't... Whoops. Creatures can't attack you unless they pay 2 for each attacking creature. Oh, Recruitment of the Guard is a good one. Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter of the Guard. White 2 generic for a 1/1. Enters the battlefield. Search your library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less. Reveal it. Put it in your hand. Then shuffle your library. Alright, what else is pretty good here? Heliod? Oh, Heliod Suncrowned. That's a good one too. White 2 generic, 5/5 indestructible. But the most important thing is whenever you gain life, you can put a counter on a creature enchantment you control. You can also give something lifelink, so it combos off with anything that can deal damage and gain life. And also combos off with Spike Feeder. What else do we have here? You guys want to get Teferi's Protection on the list? Teferi's Protection. Is this that good? This is like white 2 generic until your next turn your life total can't change and you gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out. Exile Teferi's Protection. Nope. We're all pure mono white. We'll do a gold card series one day. Oh, Council's Judgment is a good one. So only an EDH. Well, if you EDH players, we'll put it. Okay, we'll put an EDH staple on. But is it that good? Is Teferi's Protection that insane? Oh, this is getting tough. You guys have like a lot of them. Okay, so I gotta judge which of you guys have stuff on here the most. Some of you saying it twice, which is making it really confusing on me. Elite Spellbinder. You're considered Archon of Emeria, Recruiter of the Guard, Heliod. I don't think Oblivion Ring's gonna make the list. That's a neat one. Solemnity. We can only have 4. Archon is bonkers in Vintage. Pretty good in Legacy too. I would imagine Archon. Okay, we're definitely gonna. Okay, we'll put Archon on that list. I think it's also very good. Archon of Emeria. Did I look it up? It's a white 2 generic, 2/3 flyer. Each player can cast more than one spell each turn, and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Like, I think that's a multi-format all-star. Epoxy is now like 3 Savannah Lions. Teferi's Protection is really common in EDH. Alright, Teferi's Protection. It's gotta be somebody's signature spell. Alright, what else do you guys have? There's a lot. Okay, we'll put. Okay, a lot of you say mentor, so monastery mentor is gonna make the list. And it does not seem to be a clear peacekeeper. What the hell is that? Absolutely not. Or is this good card? Creatures can't. That's not bad. Okay. Nothing. It's moat. It's better than moat, actually. The flyers can't even attack either for some damn reason. We got some support here for Skyclave. Oh yeah, White Plume. The White Plume got banned. We'll put White Plume on here. It's called White Plume Adventurer. Alright! There you go. Vote away. Weird list, in my opinion. Very, very strange, weird list. It's perfect for avoiding board wipes, and if someone is trying to kill the table for the win, it's single-handedly won me several games. I think that's in response to Teferi's Protection. It's just a got him card. Just a got him card. Skyclave Apparition exiles any permanent up until now. It's a very good card. Yeah, up until now. Skyclave is a very good card, but I don't know if it's like a best 3 mana in the game worthy. I think Sanctum Prelate definitely deserved to be on this list. This is a tight list. And Yoshu likes the art. Skyclave used to be like an all-star in Modern. Now it doesn't see any play at all. It also just sees seldom play in Legacy. Oh, Josh already getting ahead of us with humility. All right, we'll have humility will be a candidate. My brother found a humility at a thrift store. I believe it was a thrift store. Oh, Teferi's Protection and Mentor are going head to head. That's wild. All right, it's between Teferi's Protection and Monastery Mentor. With the new Sweetheart. It's almost a dab looking thing. Sounds of Sushi nominates Periphery Nodes. I think you're a little bit late, Sounds of Sushi. You'll get my message in about 22 minutes. It's interesting how YouTube does that. Like, it shows you the live, but not really live. Alright, looks like Mentor wins! Unbelievable! Monster Mentor is the best card at 3 CMC. Alright, let's start at 4. And Josh nominates Humility. How humiliating. White, 2 generic. All creatures lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 1/1. Very humiliating. Wrath of God and Armageddon. Wrath of God. I don't know. Will that make the list? Is this really the best thing ever? I mean, maybe at 4 mana. I mean, it's only competing with other cards at 4 mana. Destroy all creatures and they can't be regenerated. And, oh, Smothering Tithe, of course. You guys, huge on Smothering Tithe. Even though I don't get to your comment, please suggest it, because I am looking at how frequent you guys are posting these. So we got Smothering Tithe, white 3 generic enchantment. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure token. That is an all... I'm assuming that is such an all-star. We'll put that thing on immediately. Immediately. Okay, what else do you guys have? Guys, some suggesting Moat. That's a neat card. For white 2 generic. Creatures without flying can't attack. Period. But it has to be without flying. Oh, John with the Replenish. And also Das Demons with Wander. Okay, so before I get on that, return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to play. Das Demons with the Wandering Emperor for the people. The Emperor! Imagine playing the Wandering Emperor in Emperor. The format. Oh, that's interesting. The white ley line. Ley line of sanctity. Bump, bump. If ley line is in your opening hand, you can start with on the battlefield. You have hexproof. Oh my god, Poxy Worship. Oh man, I feel like this card is a trap. This is like a beginner's trap type of card. Oh, that's a good show. Beginner traps. If you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. People are like, I'm indestructible, you can't even touch me. And then they realize, oh, I can still lose life. Oh, the worship can still die. Oh, all my creatures can die. Biggest trap, I think. Yeah, worship is always meh. Okay, what else are you guys suggesting? You guys are just throwing all sorts of stuff out there. Oh, we have a second vote for Wandering Emperor. Prototype Gamer with Anointed Procession. I wish I could put more than 1 card. I'm sorry, more than 4 cards on the voting. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. That feels like a big commander card. Okay, our Academy Rector. It's going to start to get into commander card zone soon because at 4 mana, competitive formats find these all are unplayable. White 3 generic. When it's put into the graveyard from play, you can remove this card from the game. If you do, search your library for an enchantment card, put it into play, then shelf your library. That's broken. That is actually pretty broken. Okay, I'll put that on the list. Academy Rector. I would expect nothing less from the Academy. Okay, what else do we have? Some people are voting Cataclysm. What is Cataclysm? Cataclysm. White 2 generic. Each player chooses from among the permanents he or she controls an artifact, creature, enchantment, a land, and sacks the rest. Again, another restore balance. That's wild. Okay, we have a lot of votes for Academy Rector. We have a lot of votes for Academy Rector, actually. It's funny. We don't have a whole lot of... There's not a lot of consensus at this point, at this one. Okay, I have like a second vote for Wrath of God. 2 votes for Felidar Guardian. I'm just gonna have to put some random 2 cards on here. You guys don't know what you want. Okay, Felidar Guardian. Does that really... Well, I mean, it's banned in 1 format. So it is a useful card. White 3 generic for 1/4. Cat Beast. Enters the battlefield, blink something. And it comes back onto the battlefield. Okay, we'll put Felidar Guardian. And we have a few for... Okay, I think I've seen it. Okay, we'll put Settle the Wreckage. I don't feel... No, that can't... There's no way Settle the Wreckage is better than Wrath of God. Okay, if you got... So I'll put Wrath. Oh, but Settle the Wreckage does exile. Okay, well, actually, hold on. We have another one for Moat. It's clear Moat. Okay, we'll put... You guys want Moat? Okay, we'll put Moat. It's like a Wrath of God, Settle the Wreckage all in one. Moat. Seems fair. Alright, vote away. That was tough. You guys have seen... The 4th one, there was no strong consensus on that one. I didn't even think Felidar Guardian should be on this list. Okay, what are you voting on? You're voting on Moat. You're voting on Felidar Guardian, which combos with Saheeli Rai. And not really much else. Does this thing see play outside of, like, Saheeli Rai combo decks? We have Academy Rector. This seems worthy. When it dies, you tutor an enchantment onto the battlefield. That's insane. And we have Smothering Tithe. Where's Smothering Tithe? There we go. Smothering Tithe. White 3 generic. And if an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure token. Pretty strong card. Very, very strong card. Very annoying tax. Too many games have been runaways due to the Tithe. Can't believe Wandering Emperor didn't get on here. Well, I didn't hear enough votes for one. I saw 1, maybe 2 votes for Wandering Emperor. Well, I don't know. Wandering Emperor doesn't seem that OP. It is a good card, though. It is a very good card. Oh, yeah, you can also Felidar with the Kiki Jiki, I guess. Going Moat, but it should be Moat or Rector. Really? You think Rector should be better than the Smothering Tithe? Alright, well, it looks like Smothering Tithe won. Congratulations, Smothering Tithe. You are the best 4-mana card at white. Wait, we're looking for 5-mana cards. I nominate Solitude. In fact, I'm putting on the list immediately. I don't care what you guys say. That card is already a multi-format all-star in competitive Magic. Now, it doesn't even get played for 5 mana, but it definitely should be there. Alright, we got Doomscar from Zachary. Doomscar. Don't even know what this card is. Well, maybe we should analyze Solitude a little bit longer. White 3 generic, 3/2 with Flash and Lifelink. But you can it's like Force Will. You can evoke it into play by exiling a white card, and you exile a card in play. It's a Swords to Plowshares. 0 mana Swords to Plowshares. Or it's a free Swords to Plowshares. It's actually 5 mana Swords to Plowshares. Doomscar. The hell is this? White 3 generic, destroy all creatures. You can foretell it. I don't know. It's not the most exciting fight. I don't. We're at 5 mana, so maybe some really clunky stuff is gonna make it here. Karmic Guide. I'm seeing this from a few people. Karmic Guide. We got white 3 generic for a 2/2. Flying Pro Black with Echo. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ah, interesting. Oh yeah, we have Elish Norn, Mommy. Mother of Machines, the mom. That's an acronym in itself, by the way. Mother of Machines, M-O-M, mom. Get it? Yeah, absolutely. I think Elish Norn. That's seeing play everywhere. Not just in Commander. It's also seeing play in Modern. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. The Machines. Okay, what else do we got here? So a lot of votes for more votes for Karmic Guide. Sigil Empty Throne. What does this thing do? This is white 3 generic. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a 4/4 white angel creature token. I will admit, when this thing's on the battlefield, I'm sweating bullets because that thing can get out of control really quickly. Kenrith. This is the 5-color commander that's really white, but basically lets you cheat to play all 5 colors. White 4 generic, 5/5. They could have even had some of these that just say red, do nothing. Red, enjoy playing red in your Kenrith deck, basically. Polarity with the super chat. Blinding Angel. I believe that Kenrith is so popular that we'll put Kenrith on here. Okay, Kenrith does make the list. We're waiting for one more. This is going to be tight. Say Blinding Angel, you said Polarity? Oops. I spelled angel completely wrong. Oh, this... I haven't seen this card in years. I had a friend who had an angel deck when I first started playing. Actually, I think this saw play in standard at the time, too. White 3 generic for a 2/4. Angel flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player skips their next combat phase. Crazy card. Okay, some of you guys are for Cathar's Crusade. What is this card all about? White, anyway, 5 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on each creature you control. I could see some players really liking that card. Blinding Angel was disgusting after 2000, exactly. That was the era. Okay, we have... Wow, you guys really like your Cathar's Crusade. Are you guys crazy? You guys think that this is one of the best 5 mana cards in all of Magic the Gathering? Wow, there's so much for Cathar's Crusade. Okay, Cathar's Crusade. Okay, I'm gonna look at... I'm not... This list isn't binding yet. I'm gonna look at other cards. You guys want Glory, Sarah's Angel, Karma Guide. How much love for Karmic Guide here? Just looking through... I don't think there's enough love. Wow, there is so... You guys want that Cathar's Crusade so damn bad. Just looking at... And also Karmic Guide actually has a lot of support. Maybe more support than Solitude. No, there is some support for Solitude. It's probably Lyra, Karmic, Baneslayer. I don't think Baneslayer should be on this list. All right, so Karmic Guide is a Pod Protein Hulk combo card. Ah, that's why. Okay, what am I getting rid of? Kenrith or Solitude? I'll get rid of... I think you guys like this Karmic Guide more than Solitude, to be honest. Solitude, well, we're getting outnumbered here. I'm getting grossly outnumbered here. How many for Kenrith? How many for Solitude? Kenrith is meh. Okay, I have to make an executive decision. We're gonna have Solitude on here, so I'll get rid of Kenrith. Do you guys want Kenrith over? I think Solitude. Solitude is a must. Okay, we have this. People are supporting Solitude. Okay, get rid of Kenrith for Karmic Guide combo card. All right, go away. Vote away for the best card. Andre with the super chat. Thank you so much. Baneslayer Angel. Shout out to Baneslayer Angel. The white 3 generic 5/5. Did I spell it wrong? Flying First Strike Lifelink Pro Demons Protection from Dragons. And my chat is... You guys even see anything to vote? You can see that it's loading over here. Did I lose internet? I don't think I lost any internet over here. Maybe I did. Well, Baneslayer, I'll just talk about Baneslayer for a little bit for all the people on the replay. This was a bomb card in Standard at the time. I mean, it was like one of the chase rares. It was a win condition in so many. It's bugged out. Okay, hold on. Can I refresh this? I'm gonna reload. Come back. No! So we don't have a poll. Start poll. Solitude. Elish, Norn, Mom. Karmic Guide. And what was it? Cathar's Crusade. Can I just say, this is an abomination of a card on this list. This looks too pony-like for my taste. This is a really bizarre card to have on this list. It pales in comparison to anything else that we've talked about. But whatever, you guys really want that Cathar's Crusade on there. You guys can vote for it to be a candidate, but I can't guarantee that it's going to win anything. No, we're not. You guys are not muted at all. Farewell for 6. Oh my goodness. Okay, Solitude is in the lead. So you guys are voting on Solitude. I think a super... Like, does this see Vintage play? I assume it sees Vintage play. I actually don't know for sure. I assume it sees Vintage play. But it definitely sees Legacy, Modern, Commander. Like, if you're playing White and you're not playing Solitude, what's wrong with you? But there is some competition here. Elish Norn is now... The mommy Elish Norn is now a multi-format all-star. I mean, this thing was in the I believe this was in the finals of a Modern tournament just a little while ago. Because of White 4 generic. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. But you also stop your opponent's stuff from triggering. That's so important. Stuff that, you know, lands entering the battlefield triggers stuff. Creatures entering the battlefield trigger stuff. I actually do not think that there's enough support for like dealing with activated and triggered abilities. I think that is just free real estate, and Elish Norn sort of brings that balance to the game. Too early for Mom. Oh, well, a minute has passed and Mom loses to Solitude. The greatest removal, perhaps the greatest. We were talking about Sword Splashers being the greatest removal spell in the game. Solitude might actually take that spot. All right, we're now going on to 6 mana value. Terminus is a great suggestion. It's not bad. It's not bad. White 4 generic. Put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's library. Oh, Leyline Binding. That is a fantastic card. You know, it feels like I totally forgot that this is 6 mana. This is genuinely like 1 mana. Flash, but it costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type you have, and enters the battlefield, exile and target non-land permanent opponent controls until Leyline Binding leaves the battlefield. Well, you guys are suggesting Farewell. Well, that must have hit the list. What the hell is that card? Farewell. We got Commander players in the house! We got Commander players in the house! Farewell. White, 4 generic. Exile all artifacts. You can choose 1 or more. Artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and graveyards. You could go for all of them. What a casual card this is. Okay, next we got a little bit of support. We do have actually enough support for Leyline Binding, I think. The Eternal Wanderer. What is this? Oh, great. Some people just love the Wanderer. A lot of Wanderer fans out there. Oh, Felidar Sovereign's a pretty good one. Felidar Sovereign. Isn't that card, like, broken in Commander? At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. So this, if you can get this out on turn 1, do you just win? Because there's no way anyone's going to attack you down. I mean, even if you have, like, a 1/1 with haste, like, the Felidar Sovereign can block that thing. Felidar Sovereign. Definitely can make this list. We got a little bit of support for Sun Titan. You people want your Sun Titans over there. Sun Titan, great cube card. White 4 generic for a 6/6 with vigilance. Enters the battlefield. You can return permanent cards with 3 mana or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Alright, we'll put Sun Titan tentatively on this list. Don't know if it belongs there, but actually there's a lot of support for Sun Titan. You guys like your Sun Titans. I think Farewell did see play in Pioneer and a blue-white control list. Well, yeah, maybe some copies. The Cheese stands alone should obviously be on here. Well, it's not a real Magic card. Alright, what else do you guys are unanimously going? Ooh, Austere? What the hell is this? Austere Command. Never heard of it. Okay, we have white 4 generic. Choose 2. Destroy all artifacts, enchantments. Destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or less. Destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or greater. Is this just a bad Farewell? In my opinion. It's a bad Farewell. Erwin! You are like 40 minutes behind the stream. We got some people for True Conviction. Some for Austere. What's with the Austere command? This is wild. King Ginger, if it's saying it twice, I'm keeping track of you people that say it more than once. You just say it once. It's good enough. I can see it in chat. I can tell when you guys are saying it more than once. I'm accounting for that. You don't count as millions of people. Anyone for Elspeth, Sunshine, or Terminus? There was one for Terminus. Not a lot of love for Terminus. A very good card. Honestly, doesn't really see that much play anymore. It was good in like one deck and one deck only. Is there any support for Leyline Binding? I would like to get on this list, but it's just not. I don't see the support for Leyline Binding. Looks like it's. I don't know why we put Austere Command. Isn't this just a bad Farewell? Doesn't this just do the same thing but worse? This is the same thing. I guess you can control what kinds of creatures go into the graveyard. Okay, I'm gonna support the competitive players with Leyline Binding. I'm not gonna put Austere Command because it just seems like a bad, just a bad Farewell. And we already have a Farewell on the list. All right, vote away my coffee crew. Elspeth Suns champion for the Elspeth's Suns champion for the people who miss the Devotion standard format. White 4 generic 4/4. This used to be playable in all competitive formats until they made better planeswalkers, and then this card didn't see any play anymore. Can make 3 1/1 tokens, can just destroy all the big creatures in play, power 4 or greater. You have a pretty good anthem, actually, because after you made 1 billion tokens, you can swing at the opponent. +2/+2 and having flying. Vote for Sun Titan or no balls. Farewell! Pretty far in the ahead in the list. It's the commander players versus competitive players right now. basically 47% versus the Leyline bind. We got a lot of Commander players here, so Farewell, super far ahead. Farewell. It's all destroyed. What did it cost? Everything. Isn't this still played sometimes? You mean Farewell? Or the Oster command? Farewell is amazing in Standard too. Yeah, I don't like judging stuff on Standard, because Standard comes and goes. Like, this is the best card in all of Magic the Gathering. I don't think cards, their impact on Standard should have an impact on, like, whether it's the best card of all time. Wow, not enough love for a Leyline binding. Wow. This card made such an impact in the competitive formats. I guess not enough love. Farewell is the best 6-mana card in all of Magic the Gathering. All right, now it's getting tough. We're looking for 7 mana. We're going to 7 people. We're going upstairs. Standard is basically the only format my friends and I play regularly. Oh, that is sad. But that's actually pretty impressive that you can find a play group that will play Standard regularly. Chancellor of the Annex. Great suggestion. Chancellor of the Annex. Now things get narrow. This is a premium reanimator card. 5/6. You can reveal it from your opening hand when the game starts, and the first spell gets countered. First spell your opponent plays gets countered unless they pay 1. And if it's on the battlefield, then it's just permanently countering things unless they pay 1. It's like a weird Thalion that way. What platform is this chat? Oh, it's mostly okay. This chat is from YouTube. So if you want to join the chat, go to Nikachu MTG live on YouTube. Approach of the Second Sun. Is that a 7-mana card? Approach of the Second Sun. Oh yeah. It is. If it casts from your hand, you cast another spell named Approach, you win the game. Otherwise, put Approach of the Second Sun into its owner's library 7th from the top, and you gain 7 life. People are just naming their favorite. Oh, is Iona 7? Oh, that's 9. We'll get there. We'll get there. But that's not 7 mana. OG Norn? Oh yeah, okay, so we have the OG Elish Norn. Elish Norn. That is a good reanimator target. Alright, we'll put this one on there for sure. Elish Norn. Grand! Cenobite. Cenobite. Should take a bite out of you. Sarah's Emissary is not a bad one, actually. Sarah's Emissary. 1M. When it enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen type. Okay, we actually have a lot of support for Emissary, so we'll put this one on the list. Alright, what else do we got here? What are you guys unanimous for? Maybe a Chroma? Angelic Arbiter? Okay, what is this Achroma? The OG Achroma. This is 9, so this can't be the right one. Is this it? Oh, this is 7 mana. First strike, flying, vigilance, trample. At the beginning of each combat until end of turn, each other creature you control gets +1/+1 if it has flying, +1/+1 if it has first strike, and so on for double strike, death touch, haste, indestructible, blah blah blah, and partner. For each other creature you control. Ah, I see. Interesting. Alright, we'll put a Chroma on this list. Vision of Ixidor. Ooh, Amiria's Call. What is this one? Amiria's is a good one. Amiria's Call? Oh, yeah! The land! A lot of people play this card, too. White, 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 4 generic. Create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Alright, so how many people really like Approach of the Second Sun? Bruh, Chroma doesn't deserve to be up there. There's a lot of people for a Chroma. Hey, look, there's a lot of Commander players in chat. And if they say that it's the best, it's the best. Was it the other? Is there any other Achroma? I don't see another Achroma here for some Achroma's Memorial, Achroma's Vent. Unless you were talking about Memorial, but I don't see any other Achroma here. Don't even see her in Commander. Okay, this approach of the second. Approach is okay. I'll put approach here. So which one are we kicking out? I can kick out a Chroma. I have no problem with that. F that. Chancellor, of course. Okay. Chancellor of Annex takes a Chroma spot. I saw enough. All right, vote away. Screw a Chroma. This card doesn't even look that good to me, to be honest. Okay, so you're voting on Elish Norn, the OG. OG Mommy. Sarah's Emissary. Get protection from a card type. We have Chancellor of Annex. Pretty strong competitive card for the Reanimator decks. And Approach of the Second Sun. A bizarre win condition. It's actually seen play in... Saw play in Standard, but I don't know if it saw much play outside of that. Probably still sees play in Commander. There seems to be this war about Achroma. There's people for Achroma, there's people against Achroma. Achroma stands are like... There's some people who are fans of Achroma, like there are some people who are fans of Merfolk. Pioneer Lotus Field plays Approach. Oh yeah, okay. Got it. Nice. So it does see some play outside of Commander. But it looks like we've got the winner is Elish Norn, the OG. Look at that, Elish Norn. You're winning polls. You know, you're a multi-format all-star from the past and even the present. All right, next we're going on to 8 mana. Oh, this is getting hard because it's going to start getting jank. All right, we need your 8 mana candidates. I can't even think of one. I can't even think of one. I guess Phage is losing the propaganda war. Phage might win when put to the test. Parhelion 2. Well, does this count? Yeah, I guess so. It's an artifact card. It doesn't matter. Parhelion! Flying First Strike Vigilance, 5/5. When it attacks, create 2 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance that are attacking. Crew 4. Overwhelming Splendor. Actually, I should see what you guys say. A Chroma costs 8? Was that true? No, there's another... This was a 7. There's another one that costs 9. Okay, we have a lot for Avacyn. Aren't there like several Avacyns though? Avacyn. Oh, there has to be this one. Avacyn, Angel of Hope. Alright, Angel of Hope, white, 5 generic, 8/8, flying vigilance, indestructible. Other permanents you control are indestructible. That's crazy. Alright, we got Avacyn, Angel of Hope. When she's on the battlefield, everyone else will lose hope. And we got super chats. We got... Thank you very much for the super chat. Now you can put a Chroma Angel of Wrath. She's 8. Okay, hold on. A Chroma Angel of Wrath. Ah, this is a Chroma. Okay. Is there enough support for this? Okay, we got a second one. Alright, we're gonna put a Chroma on it. It's gonna be the Battle of the Angels. 6/6, flying first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and from red. Whatever. You know what? I think these are all very underwhelming for 8 mana, but it's 8 mana, so whatever. So please, no Chroma. Well, you gotta vote for other stuff here. 2 Academy Rector? The hell is that? Oh, people are trolling me. It's like the 2, what's it called? 2 Savannah Lions like earlier. Parhelion is usually not 8 mana. I know, usually it's for free, but whatever. Divine Intervention? What is this? Enters a battlefield with 2 intervention. Oh yeah, enters a battlefield with 2 intervention counters as an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove an intervention counter from divine intervention. If there are no intervention counters on it, the game is a draw. Is there any support for this? Oh, there's actually quite a bit of... Yeah, you guys are supporting Overwhelming Splendor. That is the humility, right? Yeah, okay, that will definitely go on the list. Overwhelming Splendor. Oops. Alright, that makes the list. So what's the last one? Some support for something called Vanquish the Horde. I've never heard of this card. But I guess that's what we're gonna vote on. Vanquish the Horde! White, 6 generic. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield and destroy all creatures. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, vote away. We got Vanquish the Horde on this list. Overwhelming Splendor is no good. Hey, don't underestimate humility. Don't underestimate, even if it's 1 player. Yeah, it's like a blasphemous act. But it actually destroys the creatures no matter what. Wow, Avson is way in front right now. So you're voting on Vanquish the Horde, Overwhelming Splendor, the humility on 1 person. We got Akroma, Angel of Wrath, 6/6, millions of abilities, pro red, pro black, and Avison, Angel of Hope. I've seen this picture a million times, like playmats, deck boxes. Good God. I look at this image and I feel tired of it, to be honest. I feel like I've seen it everywhere. Vanquish the Horde is nasty. It eats aggro alive. It will eat. Ooh, Avison Angel of Hope super far in front and wins as the best 8 mana card in Magic the Gathering. All right, we need 9 mana cards. We need 9 mana. Oh yeah, this could be like the Lady Gaga. Now that I think of it, it sort of looks like Lady Gaga. If Lady Gaga had wings. If Lady Gaga drank some Red Bull, not sponsored by Red Bull. Iona for 9, almost no contest. You got it. Iona, Shield of Emeria. Oops. Shield. Name a color, you can't play that color anymore. Iona, Shield. Okay, what else? We need some other... there might be something that competes with Iona. Dusk/Dawn? Is that enough? That's Oh yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, Dusk/Dawn is a 9 mana card. As weird as that sounds. Okay, what do you guys are voting for? What do you guys suggest? Iona, Rhea Dawn. Okay, Rhea Dawnbringer apparently is one. Rhea Dawnbringer. I bet it's all angels at this point, right? Rhea Dawnbringer. What else do we've got? Okay, we have 2 for Triumphant Reckoning. That's enough for me. Triumphant Reckoning. Well, I don't even know what this is. It's Triumphant Reckoning. Return all artifact, enchantment, planeswalker cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Not bad. Never heard of that one. And Blessed Wind. Because I see a lot of support for Blessed Wind. The hell is this? Target player's life total becomes 20? Is it really that good? You guys trolling me here? Blessed Wind now. Is it... What's Blazing Archon? I see some support for Blazing Archon. Okay, creatures can't attack. That's better than Blessed Wind. And it has flying. That's a pretty amazing effect. Alright, vote away for your favorite 9 mana card. The best 9 mana card in all of Magic the Gathering. Hell no, that spell is bad. We got trolls in the house. We got the army of trolls trying to get Blessed Wind on the list. So it looks like it's a match between Blazing Archon and Iona, Shield of Emeria. I like this card. I played this card once. in Standard. It was part of some polymorph deck. Iona is a win, but I gotta rep my boy Blazing Archon. That's right. You can get Blazing Archon on the list. It's like getting in second place just to get on this list. Actually, Rhea Dawnbringer is beating the Blazing Archon. We've got Rhea Dawnbringer stands in the house. Blessed wind, blessed wind. Free Iona in Commander. How do people feel about Iona being legal in Commander? It's only 10 for 3 for 10 mana value, just spotlight. Is there really only 10? Let me look. Got a cheat sheet. There is only 10. There's only I'm not even gonna do it. We'll just end over here. Do we have time? Okay, we have a little bit of time. We'll quickly do it. All right, Iona, you won. Congratulations. All right, apparently there's only 3 cards. Organic Extinction, whatever the hell this card is. White 8 generic sorcery with improvise, destroy all non-artifact creatures. Soul Scour, destroy all non-artifact permanents, and then Storm Herd. White 8 generic, create X/1/1 white Pegasus creature tokens with flying where X is your life total. That's neat. That's a neat card. All right. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna start with organic Extinction, Soul Scour, and Storm Herd. There we go. Vote away on the only 3 10 mana value cards in all of Magic the Gathering for white. Pegasus is sus. Oh, Pegasus. What do we have? Organic Extinction. Destroy all non-artifact creatures. Then we can destroy all non-artifact permanents. And then the Storm Herd. Make creatures that will get destroyed by all this other stuff. Erwin loves the show. Thank you very much. It's a very, very cooperative show today. I wonder if this would be an even more interesting show if we did the worst ones. The worst cards at like 0 mana value, 1 mana value. Dude, don't ask me twice. I'll You'll Pegasus. Frozen will peg. I want my Pegasus. Stormherd's actually in the lead. That's bizarre. You guys, wow, you people are actually choosing a real card here. They're all pretty reasonable, to be honest. I don't feel any strongly about any of them. And Stormherd wins it all! Pegasus got robbed. Completely robbed. And that's it for the show today. Alright, thank you very much for being here. If you want to be part of the show, be part of the voting, and also choose the cards that will show up, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you very much for everyone for your support, being here in the morning, but supporting as a member on YouTube, a patron on Patreon, or with Super Chats to suggest your cards. But thank you very much for the people here who show up in the morning to vote and make this such a fun show. People like Spectral Summer, Monster CC, Frozen, Spectral Maniac, Loki, Mr. Deadhead, King Ginger, Old Boy, A. Velderain, Yo Little Ted. Thank you very much for being here this morning. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you